Okay, guys, this next story is a true story of an American man who was brutally scammed while using Tinder by a woman he thought liked him. This story is full of deceit, lies, betrayal, and blackmail. The gentleman in this story gives us his account of surviving a brutal scam by a heartless woman from good old Thailand. This story should be used as an example of what not to do when traveling in Southeast Asia. Here it goes. My name's Tim, not my real name. I'm an American, 28 years of age, and I was brutally scammed by a Thai woman I met on the popular dating app Tinder. I was just a few weeks out from my first ever solo trip to Thailand. I thought it'd be smart for me to get Tinder Gold for a month and use the passport option to be able to change the city I was in and also have unlimited swipes. I was single and wanted to see if I could spark up a relationship that would continue once I landed in Bangkok, but I was sadly mistaken. I'm a good-looking guy, or so I've been told before, but I just didn't have much luck using Tinder and other dating apps in the States until I changed my location to Thailand and literally my matches quadrupled overnight. Let me give you an example of how bad my results were while using this app here in the US. My strategy with Tinder was always swipe until my free swipes were done and then wait for any matches that trickled in. And surprisingly, all I ever got were 2 or 3 matches in a month, and that was if I was lucky. And the quality of my matches were definitely questionable, if you know what I mean. That was until I paid for Tinder Gold, switched my city locations to Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket, and Pattaya. And I began swiping for like 30 minutes, and to my surprise, I matched with a bunch of women, and some that weren't, if you catch my drift. Some messaged me first with heart emojis since I noticed most didn't speak much English. I then began sifting through and messaged 4 girls that I found really attractive. 3 messaged me back, but 2 of them sent me one-word answers, which was boring to reply to. One of them, though, named Noi, if that's really even her name, stood out since she wrote in sentences and asked me questions, and the convo began to flow. I thought she was using Google Translate like I was doing before with my Thai. When I accused Noi of this, she said, "I can prove it to you that I can speak English." So she asked me for my WhatsApp number. I gave it to her, and she instantly video called me, which took me by surprise since I thought that women in this part of the world were a bit timid or shy. Not Noi, I accepted the call and she said, "You know catfish." I then said, "You're not either." Noi was definitely attractive and her English was pretty good. She was funny and quirky, which I liked. We would have our video calls every morning since we had a almost 12-hour difference in time. I really began liking her and developing feelings, and I thought it was mutual. Just 2 weeks before I was set to leave for my trip to go and see her, Noi asked me for my full name. In the moment, I thought nothing of it, because she joked that she wanted to hear how it sounded if she married me, but this really bit me in the ass later. Noi began feeling comfortable enough and asked me to send her nudes and videos of me playing with myself. I asked her for the same in return and she told me I needed to wait. Once I did that, she went silent for a few days. Until 2 friends of mine on Facebook messaged me out of nowhere that this random account sent them the intimate videos and pics of me. My jaw dropped. I was so ashamed and angry. I didn't know what to say, but I knew who did it. It was Noi. She texted me not too long after that, saying she wanted a few $1,000s to delete the intimate videos and pics I sent her, or she would send it to everyone I knew. After panicking for a bit, I decided to go to my older brother for some advice, and his words were, "Don't pay that bitch a cent. She won't stop until she bleeds you dry." He was right. I blocked her on WhatsApp and unmatched her on Tinder. If she did decide to screw me over and send it to more people, I just deny it was me. I still went on my trip to Thailand, and it was one of the best trips I ever had in my life. And the people I met are some of the nicest you will ever come across. This truly was a learning lesson. I'm really sorry to hear that happen to Tim. I can tell all you men and women out there to think twice about sending nudes or intimate videos of yourselves, but the majority of you will still go ahead and do it anyways. I think one of the many red flags here was how Noi didn't want to expose herself, as she asked Tim to do. Don't be the next Tim. I hope you guys use this true story and others like it as a resource on the do's and don'ts when traveling, living, or dating in Southeast Asia. Stay tuned for the next true story on Southeast Asia Stories.